So let's have a look now at our Centerlines tools. Let's place some centerlines on this main front view here of our shape. And what we've got here, it's like a little shaft with a little spigot sticking out. That's the front view there. So you can see there's the hole going through the center. There's the outer shaft there. And there's the far outer shaft there, which goes to that edge there. Easy to understand. Now, what I want to do is draw some center lines. So if I go to my draw panel here, there's my center lines there. I click on the down arrow and I want a center line cross, like so. I come into the drawing area and it says specify center point. Well, that's easy. There's the center snap there, left click. Specify diameter. I come out to the far quadrant there and click. Notice there is a very slight overshoot. It's not really big enough to be distinguished. What I need to do there is go to the standard that I'm drawing with. So I'll just zoom back in again, like so. Need to make that overshoot bigger. So it's a right click and options. And then I want my AM standards here. I'm using an ISO standard and it's metric. There's the centerline option. Double click it, fix size, and so on. So I need a fixed size overshoot of 3. No, I want a fixed size overshoot of 10 in there. And I'll OK that. I'll apply it, and I'll OK it. And I need to draw that again now. So what I'll do, I'll just delete these lines, like so. And let's see what changes that makes. I go to the center lines here again. Center line cross, center snap, quadrant snap. Notice the overshoot is bigger because I've changed it in the ISO standard. Now a standard center line, well that's easy. I select center line and it's just object snap. So I go midpoint to midpoint, like so, and there's my center along the side view there rather than the front view. Now that's great, nice and quick and easy center lines. Wouldn't it be nice though if they drew center lines with the holes attached? Let's switch on our construction lines layer. It's actually frozen off at the moment, so I go to the layer pull down, click on the snowflake, turn it into a sun symbol, click in the drawing area, and there's my construction line. Now the first thing we notice there, look, our construction line is actually out of whack there. It needs moving. Can you see that? It doesn't actually tally up with the spigot. Now that's been done deliberately, so we click there, click on the grip there, and just move that down to a midpoint. So shift, right click, midpoint snap, and I want it to go through that midpoint there. Check that your construction lines are correct, otherwise this isn't going to work, is it? Hit escape to deselect. Now, what I've got is I've now got an intersection over here to show my spigot over here. So let's have a look at my center lines here. If I click there, I want a center line cross with a hole. Places a hole at a specified point. So if I click there, specify center point, there, like so. Then it says specify diameter of hole. So if I go over here, like so, specify diameter of hole. Well, how big is it? I don't actually know how big that is. How big is it from there to there? If I right click and say no hole, like so, it'll just place a centerline cross diameter of 10. So if I just press enter there to accept that, can you see the cross has gone in there? It's in there like that. Now, I've put there no hole. If I press enter, it'll take me to the dialog, and I can actually select which method to create a center line like that if I want to. Don't want to do that in this case. I'm going to cancel that. So, let's undo that 1 second. So you see the center line has gone from there. Let's zoom in on here. That hole has to go from there to there. So it's easy. Use the distance command. Measure the hole first. And we go 1, 2. It's 10 in diameter. Okay, now let's do that again. Okay, so I'm going to pan slightly now, and I'm going to place this hole differently. So I go up to my center line with hole again here. Center line cross with hole. The center point is going to be right here, like so. Then it says specify diameter of hole. So if I go from there to there, I need endpoint to endpoint. So shift right click, endpoint, I want there, shift right click again, endpoint to there. It puts the hole on the current layer. Can you see that? It's on the hidden layer right now. So what I'll do, I'll press enter to finish, or is it enter? Enter will bring up the dialog box. Hit escape. And I just click there on my hole, change it to my appropriate contour layer, hit escape, and what I'll do, I'll actually freeze the construction line to make it a bit clearer. So there you go, just frozen there. And as you can see now, there's my hole with my centerline. Easy. Now there's loads of different types of centerlines, holes and configurations. I could bore you absolutely stupid with those for days on end. There are loads of them. I've shown you some of the basics there. They are tools that basically make you more productive, quicker, more profitable, and again, impress your boss. Things like that are so much easier when you know that you've got to draw a hole with a center, rather than have to draw loads of construction lines horizontally and then trimming and tidying up. So utilize your center lines to your advantage when you're using AutoCAD Mechanical 2010.